Intercollegiate Athletic Conference and the National Collegiate Athletic Association. The NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Also, consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco products is prohibited. Your cooperation is appreciated. Welcome to Grant Gymnasium in today's match between the Greenville University Panthers and your own Webster University Gorloks.
Welcome everybody to Grant Gymnasium. Good. We got a great one here today. Greenville going head-to-head with Webster University, and Matt Woods, it's been since November 5th, 2019 since we've had a volleyball game here in this gym. I mean, I couldn't be more excited.
I am super excited, Robbie. It's been so long since we've been behind the mic in general, and here I'm just excited to watch sports in general.
Yeah, no kidding. And with the weather, the baseball games today got canceled, so this is the only show on Webster Sports today. And two of the best teams in the SLAG going in, Greenville and Webster, both tied for first in the preseason SLAG poll, and both teams off to a good start. The Panthers 3-1, and Gorloks obviously 1-0, only playing one game so far.
Yeah, you know, year after year, these kind of games between teams like Webster and Greenville are always super packed. Obviously, socially distanced this year, but we hope we can bring you a good broadcast if you're watching from home.
Yeah, and it should be a good one. Real quick, I'll run through the starting lineups. Anna Finch, Sakura Patton, Jordan Limpa, Gretchen Bond, Jasmine Smith, Mia Bonacorsi, and Emily Stahl for the Greenville Panthers. And then on the other side, you got Kylie Burke, Tori Ciccolero, Alexis Wolf, Lauren Borick, Allie Sporer, Kira Gensel, and Haley Taylor. It should be a good one here. I mean, I'm excited. I hope we get all 5 sets here on a nice Saturday morning.
You know, one thing I want to mention here pregame, so Webster's had a little bit smaller sample size playing than Greenville, only one game because of a couple of cancellations, and Greenville's had 4. So I think, you know, as far as just playing more games, Greenville's got a little bit of an edge here today, but I guarantee you this is going to be a really heated matchup.
Yeah, and the key for this one to me is how are the Webster attackers going to get over that nasty blocking line of the Greenville Panthers? Anna Finch, number 1 on the other side there, the SLAC Player of the Year last year. She's a mean blocker and can also hit herself as well. We'll see if Lauren Bork and Alexis Wolf, the pin hitters for the Gorloks, can get over that.
Those orange jerseys look a little intimidating, don't they, Robbie?
I love the orange and black, although I do like the nice, clean white, gold, and navy for the Gorloks. We do have a different libero for the Greenville Panthers than normal. It is Gretchen Bond playing libero today. It's her first start of the season at that position. Serve is already off. Spoor going to set it up to Alexis Wolf, and it's received on the other side. Bond sets it up to Smith. And now it's going to be a free ball over, up in the air. And that's going to be 4 touches for Greenville. Lost a little count there, and the Gorlocks going to get on the board first. The home opener for the Webster Gorlocks, up 1-0. Ali Spoor going to have a word with one of our judges here. Kylie Burke back for the serve for the Gorlocks. Burke and the rest of the Gorlock squad had a great serving debut in their first game. This one going to be set up and hit over. Chicalero sets it. It's going to be a free ball here for the Greenville Panthers. Set up by Lempa and shot over, not able to be saved. That'll be Mia Bonacorsi with the kill.
That was a big hit there. You can't really expect too much from the defense there. Good play by Greenville.
Jordan Lempa, one of the best setters in the SLAC. This one will be up for Borick. Tipped on the blockers. Now set up by Lempa again. This one going to be a free ball again for the Panthers. See if they can set up an attack. It's up by Bonacorsi. Saved by Gensel. Now set up to Sporta Wolf. And saved again. Lempa going to be tipped over. Borick keeps it up. Set up. Not a great set, so now it's going to be another free ball for the Panthers. See if they can set up an attack. Here it comes. Saved again. And we got a nice little volley going here. Borick going to tip it over and gets the kill. Lauren Borick.
Webster played a lot of defense on that play, just happened to get the best hit over the net.
And the Panthers had every opportunity there to set up a good attack. Several free balls because Webster was not able to get a good attack going. And they're going to pay for it. Webster gets the point. Emma Larson in the game and back to serve for the Gorlocks. Hit over. Dug out on the other side. Lempa is going to set it up. And a left-handed kind of tip over. A nice play on the other side by Sakura Patton. Was not a great set. Patton able to adjust with her left hand. She's typically a right-handed attacker and get it over to the other side in a soft spot. Now Larson's going to set this one up for Borick. It's saved on the other side. Gensel to Larson over to Borick. It's blocked and out of bounds. Borick able to tool the block. And that Greenville block is going to be the story of the game. Those girls are really, really good at the net. Borick able to tool it, and Peyton Eichel is going to make her first appearance in a match this season.
Back in the game for Greenville as well, Anna Fitch and Gretchen Bond.
Set up by Lempa, hit down, and that's Anna Finch. And we're going to see a lot of her in this one. She was a SLAC Player of the Year. Westminster able to take down Greenville in their last match in 3-0 fashion, and Finch was held to just 3 kills in that one.
Caitlin Murray now in to serve. Haley Banks also in for Greenville.
Served over. Gensel going to be set up by Larson to Ali Spoor. Saved by Lempa. It's up. Tipped over. Gensel able to be there and dumped over to the other side by Larson. Nobody's able to return it.
A lot of back and forth action here. Love to see it.
Jenna Rodriguez, the setter that graduated last year, one of the best at dumping that ball over. Emma Larson doing her best Rodriguez impression there. This one going to be set up to the other side. Patton not able to get the block. Patton with the kill. It's 4-4 here early on.
Patton going to take some of that momentum into the serve here.
Serve, Borick. Going to pass to Larson, and now Eichel with the hit. Saved on the other side by Bond. Bonacorsi is going to have her shot dug out by Gensel. Now Spoor with the hit. It's going to be tough to return, but it's going to be a kill on the other side. Nice play there by Haley Banks. An out-of-system play, and Banks able to do something with nothing there and get the kill. It's 5-4 Greenville. Patton with another serve. Borick going to get it out. Now it's up for Eichel. And a nice kill for Peyton Eichel, her first of the 2021 campaign.
That's been a couple times now that Webster's just had a good hit or just a tip that kind of barely made it over the net, but nonetheless getting good points here in early on.
Coming back in, freshman star Alexis Wolf. She was the player of the week in the first week of the Gorlock season. It's going to be a free ball here for the Gorlocks, set up by Spoor to Eichel, and saved on the other side. Bond up here to Banks. Now Spoor sets it up for Kylie Burke, and it'll be, I think, a net violation by Kylie Burke to give Greenville a 6-5 lead. Back in fourth action, Gretchen Bond, the first start at libero, going to get the serve. Gensel passing to Wolf. Now it's up. Burke just going to have to dump it over. Set up, and Banks, saved by Bork. Set up to Eichel. Eichel gets a tip off the block, and now it's up on the other side. Banks again.
And that looks like it just made its way outside, out of bounds there.
Yeah, just barely missed. The line judge actually called it in, but the side referees overruled it, said it was a little bit out of bounds. 6-6. We got tight action, as we expected, from two of the best teams in the SLIAC. Chicalero with the serve. It's up on the other side. Bonacorsi, and Gensel kind of muffs the pass, but Wolf still able to get a good hit off. Saved on the other side by Greenville. Here comes Banks, and that's in.
How about that save from Chicalero there on Webster to keep the play alive there?
Kira Gensel getting the chance to be the starting libero here after Kristen Farah, one of the best to ever do it at Webster, has graduated. Played really well in her first match, muffed the pass there, but has played well otherwise. Spoor going to set it up here for Burke, tipped over, and is Greenville going to return this? Wow. Set up now, Chicalero over to Wolf. And Alexis Wolf is going to get her first kill of the match. Led the Gorlocks in kills in her first career college match, and is now on the board here. Here's Burke on the serve. It's going to be set up. Limpa over the other side, and kill by 17 there, Jasmine Smith.
Greenville's really finding gaps on Webster's side here early on.
Chicalero going to pass here to Spoor. Up and over, Lauren Borick. 300 kills last year, and you see why. She's got a cannon attached to her right shoulder. Borick with the kill, and it's 8-8 here. Tightly contested like we thought it would be. Here's Emma Larson in to serve. Larson, the left-handed serve, saved by Bond. Now up to Jasmine Smith. It's Toole at the line. Taylor going to send it over, and now another chance here for Greenville. It's going to be called a net violation there on Ali Spoor. Looked clean to me. Spoor thought it was clean, but it will be a net violation.
Anna Finch back in the game for the Panthers.
And the first ace of the match by Emily Stahl.
Not much you can do about that play. You know, don't let it beat into the momentum a little bit. Just shake it off and get right back into the game.
Stahl again with the serve and tried to do the same thing, not able to do it. It's 10-9. Neither team able to pull away. Lauren Bork back to serve, and one of the things Bork worked on a lot over the offseason was her serving ability and being able to play all 6 rotations. A bad set there by Smith. Finch not able to get the attack across. 10-10, tied up again.
I feel like I keep seeing the same numbers every time I look up at the scoreboard. Tie game pretty much this whole time.
Patton gonna get the kill. Taylor a little bit indecisive there on her block. I think if she would have stayed up, she would have been able to block it on the other side. Tried to get down in time to give her team a chance, but got caught in between. It'll be Caitlin Murray with the serve. Gensel passing to Larson over the top to Eichel. Tries to tool the block, and now it's going to be a free ball here for Greenville. See if they can set up an attack. Set up to Patton. Saved. Now the set going to come over to Ali Spoor. Saved. Larson over the other side to Eichel. And it'll be a double touch by Emma Larson. And there you see it, that front line of blocking by the Panthers. One of the reasons that they are so good. A little bit of an overpass there from Borick. Now set up, Finch. Gonna knock it down. Greenville now has the largest lead by either team tonight, 13-10 here in set number 1. Kaylin Murray, this is the longest we've seen anybody serve so far today. Tried to tip it over, and now it's going to be set up for Bonacorsi. Saved by Larson. Gensel going to pass it over to Spoor. Saved on the other side, a nice one. Now Patton. Gensel saves. Larson passes to Eichel. And it's kept alive by Bonacorsi. Sets up the hit, and Patton going to be able to get the kill there.
A lot of big hits, a lot of big saves. Greenville just happens to get the last of it there. Now the largest lead of the game, I believe, so far, 14-10.
Got a 4-point lead as Webster's going to take their first time out, and we've seen a lot of plays by Greenville so far where they get a bad set or a bad pass or an out-of-system play, and their hitter's just able to make plays out of it. It's really been the difference so far. We've seen that front line of blocking from Greenville come into play. A lot of good setup attacks by Webster, and Greenville just able to knock it right back in their face.
Now, Greenville, I want to mention, is coming off their only loss of the season. They are 3-1, but they lost 3-0 to Westminster on Wednesday. So, you know, maybe Webster can capitalize on the downswing a little bit.
Yeah, and Greenville, I mean, they're coming into the season maybe only thinking that they're going to lose one game all year, already lost a game, and now they have to play another one of the top teams. I'm sure that after they lose to Westminster, they'd love to see one of the bottom-tier teams to just get a win back on track. They got to play Webster, and hopefully Webster can catch them in kind of their low moment here this season. Greenville was the regular season champion last year, was not able to do it in the tournament. They were upset by McMurray in the first round. That gave Westminster a chance to defeat McMurray for the SLAC title. Mary Graff is done talking it over, and we're ready to get back to action here. 14-10. The Panthers going to send this one over. Gensel, the pass to Larson. It's up for Eichel. Saved on the other side. Set up and tipped over. Borick going to save it. A nice save. We'll see if they can get anything out of it. A weak hit to the other side. Now set up for Finch. It's kept alive. Nice play. And dumped over but saved. Another out-of-system play. A free ball here for the Gorloks. Set up by Larson to Eichel. No good. Set up again for Greenville. Gensel saves. Larson going to try to dump it over. And going to get the kill. Emma Larson. And a big question early in the season was, how are they going to produce offense when Borick and Wolf are not in the front row? Able to do it through the setter that time. Patton going to hit it over. Saved by Gensel. Set up by Larson over to the other side for Spoor. Tipped over the blockers, and a nice touch hit for Ali Spoor.
Just shows you that timeouts work, Robbie. You got to place them strategically, and just like that, the momentum can shift.
Mary Graff, not one to show a lot of emotion on the sideline. Just able to calm her team down with a good timeout, and that one's going to be hit over. The kill for 22, Haley Banks. Score Patton. Back for the serve. 15-12 here in set number 1. Greenville Webster here at Grant Gymnasium. Borick. Pass, and now Burke with the knockdown. 15-13, and Alexis Wolf has returned to the game.
Not many times today has Greenville's defense not been ready for a hit, but that one sneaky. I like it.
Webster's done a good job with the variance in their hits. Had some soft ones. They've used the setter dump. That time Burke just able to smash it on over. Not able to be returned, and it's going to be the service ace for Ali Spoor. And like you said, Matt, looking up at the scoreboard again, we got another 1-point game. Spoor sent over, saved on the other side, now set up to Banks. Gensel going to pass over to Peyton Eichel, saved. Now up on the other side, Bonacorsi blocked, but a nice save on the other side by the libero. This one going to be up. Gensel over to Alexis Wolf, good touch, but it's knocked down at the net by Anna Finch. That's what makes Finch so dangerous. So hard to hit it over the net when Finch is on the other side. Bork in the serve receive, going to go up for Eichel. Saved on the other side. Greenville wins the joust, but it's going to be a live ball here for Webster. Eichel taps it over, saved by Bonacorsi. Set up on the other side for Banks. Gensel with a nice diving stop, but the joust won at the net by Greenville. That's Emily Stahl. The Gorlocks have gotten outplayed at the net so far today. And that may be the difference here in this 17-14 first set. Sent over, Gensel, pass to Spoor. Now up for Alexis Wolf. It's in, Alexis Wolf.
Talk about placement there, right in the corner. Had Greenville on their feet. Not ready for that one.
Could not been placed any better. And Alexis Wolf, not only does she have the power, but she does a really good job placing her shots, adjusting the speed of her shots. Chicalero in the game to serve. Sent over. Patton, not a clean pass, so it's going to be a free ball here for Webster. In the soft spot, Gensel with a fantastic save. Bork with touch on her pass, and it's still alive. Blocked at the net. Still a live ball. Over to Bonacorsi, hit. Chicalero saves. Spoor set up for Boric. Saved again on the other side by Patton. Set up, here comes Banks. Nice touch, but Chicalero with the save. Spoor going to try to dump it over, but it's still alive. Bonacorsi with the hit, and nobody there to save it on the side of Webster. Gensel with a fantastic couple of saves on that one, but just not able to finish it off as Webster. Here comes the serve. Sent over. Chicalero the pass. Going to be sent up for Wolf. It's going to go around the outside of the pin. And Mary Graf's going to take another timeout with Greenville back at a 4-point lead. It's been high octane the entire time so far today. We expected it to be. Greenville back at a 4-point lead, tied for their biggest of the game. Webster starting to run out of time, Matt.
Been really contested so far. I wouldn't count Webster out, definitely for the first set. And obviously, you know, in any sport, the first set, the first inning, the first quarter is always going to be huge to win and carry on.
And not only has it been a tightly contested set so far in the scoreboard, I mean, each volley seems to be tightly contested. I mean, neither team wanting to give up any particular point. We've only seen, one serving error and only one or two aces? So, I mean, it's been rally after rally here. Greenville back on the court, ready to go. Mary Graf taking her second timeout of the set. Greenville 19-15 in the lead. Jordan Lempa, one of the best setters in the slack, back to serve. Serve receive here for the Gorlocks. It's sent over. Chicalero going to pass it to Spoor. Now Alexis Wolf at the hit. It's kept alive, but it's going to be a tough play. And a free ball here for the Gorlocks. See if they can set up an attack. Spoor sets it up. Not a great set, and now Greenville with an attack of their own. It's saved. Another free ball here for Greenville. Lempa gonna back set to Smith. It's kept alive. But once again, gonna be a free ball here for Greenville. Set up, Limpa to Bonacorsi. Killed on the other side.
Gensel in the back, probably getting a little frustrated back there, just getting a lot of big hits and not enough space to cover it.
Limpa back to serve again. Here it comes. Boric. Not a great pass, and now it's going to be out on the other side. So now a 6-point lead, biggest of the set. Not ruling Webster out yet. Mary Nelson going to make her first appearance this season. Nelson can set. She can also hit. Here comes Limpa. A nice touch serve. Gensel tried to keep it alive. Found the soft spot in the serve receive, and it's 7 points now for Greenville.
That just goes down to exposing weakness there. Limpa saw a gap, put it perfectly.
An error may be the thing that can get Webster back in this game.
Maybe just a little bit of luck that Webster needed there. That serve barely missed, but there's still time here in the first period, first set.
Webster still plenty of a chance to come back. They're going to need to go on a run here, and that's not a good start as it's killed on the other side by Emily Stahl. Bonacorsi back to serve for Greenville. Sent over. Chicalero with the pass. Set up to Alexis Wolf, but not able to get a good hit off. Up again, Bonacorsi from the back row. Saved by Gensel. Set up Nelson to Boric. But it's going to be a double touch on the set from Nelson. Too many errors by the Gorlock setter so far. Chicalero going to get eaten up. Gensel going to try to keep it alive, but it's going to be a free ball here for Greenville, and they might close it out right here. Here it comes. Punched over, saved. Haley Taylor going to give them what's going to be a free ball. It's up here for Smith. Tipped at the block. Gensel setting it up for Alexis Wolf. And it's in. Alexis Wolf, another one right in that corner.
Perfect placement. You love to see the fight. Greenville only needs 1 point to close out the first set here, but it's definitely not over.
The Gorlocks have had setting issues in this first set. The double touches, some sets that are a little bit too low, some sets a little bit too close to the net. They're going to have to clean it up going forward. Larson is going to get the team a free ball here. Chicalero passing to Larson, and that's going to be the game. Larson tried to dump it over, but the first set is going to go to Greenville, 25-17. Webster, Greenville, they were neck and neck through the most of it, but toward the second half of that, Greenville just started to pull away.
Yeah, if you walked in the gym right now and saw the score, you might think that Greenville's been dominating. I wouldn't say that's the case just for the last few minutes, few points of that set there. But, yeah, this game's far from over. We got two of the best teams here in the SLIAC, and neither of them are taking for granted the situation right now, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and if you look at some of Greenville's attacks early on, I mean, a lot of them were out-of-system plays where you just had hitters on their back foot, sometimes with their opposite hand, just able to make a play into the soft spot of the Gorlock zone. That's not necessarily something that you can count on every single set. So I think the Gorlocks, they just need to come back out here, clean up the setting issues, clean up the serve receive, and they could very well be right back in this thing. A win in this set would make it essentially a best out of 3 for the final 3 sets. And I'll tell you what, Matt, it's been a while since we've gotten to Colson volleyball. I would not be upset with a 5-set match here.
Absolutely not. And I think this is the first Webster sports game I've been at in a year and a half, maybe, since basketball of 2019. So I'm just happy to be here, Robbie.
Yeah, no, I think this is the first sporting event in Grant Gymnasium since the conference tournament when both men's and women's basketball able to come away with the tournament championships. at least Webster-oriented event.
I guess looking at this in a positive light, with all the sports being in the spring, we get to see a lot of sports at the same time, which will be absolutely a fun ride.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to have Gorlock action every weekend, a lot of weekdays as well. Basketball will be starting up next week on Wednesday. Both men's and women's, they'll be on the road, I think, at Greenville or Spalding, one of the two. They're on the road. And then baseball was supposed to start this weekend. Obviously, with the snow, weren't able to play, so they are scheduled to start next weekend. A lot of Webster sports happening. And soccer's not far behind. They'll start a couple weeks from now. I believe the track team had their first meet yesterday.
I think this season could really play a huge advantage for both of these teams here today, based on the fact that they're only playing conference teams. And if you go back to 2015, the last 5 years or so, all these teams, Webster and Greenville, have outstanding conference records and have actually had the majority of their losses come from non-conference games. So these two teams could really have a season just playing in the conference. I think they'll find that most of their problems will come from the other.
It's really a three-headed dragon at the top of this SLIAC Volleyball Conference with these two teams and then, of course, Westminster. I mean, those are the three overwhelming favorites to really take home the SLIAC title. And what's going to be the big decider of the regular season title is how they play against each other. Obviously, Westminster able to get the first strike against Greenville, and now Webster and Greenville going head-to-head here. Each team will play every other team twice. But with no fans, I think the home and away advantage definitely less so. Greenville, I know, is a really rowdy place. So I was going to say you don't want to go to Greenville, already have lost one against them. This one going to be set over. Gensel with a nice save. And 4 touches for the Gorlocks. Greenville off 1-0.
Gensel's working extremely hard on that back half there to dig out some volleyballs, and you got to really appreciate it.
Chicalero with a nice pass. Now the set over to Alexis Wolf. And it's going to be touched by the blocker. So it will be Gorlock's point. Alexis Wolf really nice at tooling that blocker. Now Julia Fry going to come in for the first time. Sakura Patton for Greenville led the way in kills with 4 in the first set. This one going to be set up to Smith. Saved on the other side, but probably a free ball here for Greenville. Set up Limpa, going to dump it over. Found a soft spot, but it's going to be kept alive. Greenville with another chance. Set up. Bonacorsi blocked at the net. It's up. Fry to the back corner. Julia Fry. And tell you what, Fry did not play at all in the first set. Comes in, and on the first play she's in, gets a nice block and then a perfect hit to the back corner.
What a way to come into the game. That was set up on a silver platter, and she did not miss it.
Burke with the serve. Lempa going to set it up for the other side for Patton, and she'll get her 5th of the match. Alexis Wolf and Lauren Bork each had 3 in the first set. Haley Banks and Mia Bonacorsi also with 3. Borick going to pass it over to Spoor, and that's Lauren Borick. And the Greenville coach going to be chirping potentially about a double touch, I think, on Spoor's set. But Borick, I mean, she made that volleyball pay for being up in the air like that. Here's Emma Larson to serve. Webster with a 3-2 lead. One of the few that they've held so far today. Lempa going to set this one up to Smith. And Chicalero going to get eaten up by that hit.
That might be the hardest hit ball we've seen today, Robbie.
Yeah, and I do not blame Chicalero. I mean, I wouldn't have even gotten in front of that thing, much less be able to do anything with a return.
Jasmine Smith on that hit.
Serve coming over. Gensel now set up by Emma Larson, and the kill from Julia Fry.
Same spot, same great hit.
Julia Fry showing some flashes on a Gorlock team that's looking for hitters, really not just for this match, but for the rest of the season. And Julia Fry making it look good as Lauren Bork going to send that one over for an error. Zakora Batten back to serve. This one going to be set up from Larson to Eichel, but another double touch. Emma Larson, I believe that's her third double touch. Got to clean that up. The setting was sloppy in their game against Fontbonne. Once again, the setting, a little bit of an issue here. That one set up for Ali Spoor, saved on the other side. Lempa to Bonacorsi, it's saved. Gensel going to pass it up to Spoor. And a nice save there by Bond. Blocked at the net. Julia Fry and Ali Spoor combining for the block.
Fry coming out of the game, but man, she was on fire for those few minutes that she was in.
I'll tell you what, Gretchen Bond, it's her first game starting at libero this season. She has played fantastic, but we're going to get a service ace on the other side for Kira Gensel. Gensel takes pride in her serving, had a handful of aces last year, gets on the board there with this one. This one's going to be returned, set up, and smashed down by Anna Finch.
Finch coming in short spurts for Greenville, but she's been an absolutely huge presence today.
You'd expect her to be one of the best in the SLIAC, if not the very best. Gensel going to pass this one to Larson. Not a great pass, and that's going to be not returnable for the Gorlock. 7-6. Serve receive was an issue in their game against Fontbonne. This one going to be set up. Larson to Burke. Saved on the other side. Now set up and smashed down for Haley Banks. Banks with her fourth kill of the match. 8-6. Here's Bond with the serve. Gensel passing to Larson up the top for Ali Spoor. Nice touch! And going to be placed perfectly. The kill for Spoor.
That type of finesse is really what's keeping Webster in. Let's hope to see some more of it.
And it's hard for Webster to just go up there and pound it like they like to do because of the blockers and because of Gretchen Bond so far. They've had more success with those touch passes. This one going to be set up. Lempa for Bonacorsi. Nice save, but it's going to be out of bounds. Eichel and Spoor laying out for that one. Not able to keep it in play. Lempa back to serve. Jordan Lempa already with a service ace today. Eichel going to pass this one up to Spoor, and a nice hit. I believe that was Kylie Burke.
No chance for that one, on that one for Patton. And Webster shortening the lead. They haven't had it since last set, I believe, unless they might have scored the first point in this set, but they are right there.
Tori Ciccolero going to send it over. Set up by Lempa and smashed down. On the other side, Emily Stahl. The Gorlocks have to do a better job of getting a presence at the net. Kind of the opposite of what we were saying that Greenville's doing to Webster. Webster needs to get a little presence there. This one going to be set up for Spoor now. Bork just with tapped over. It's up. Hit to the other side. Saved by Gensel. Dumped over to the other side by Spoor. Lempa. Now kept alive. Up for the pass. Nobody able to hit it over, so it's going to be a free ball here for Greenville. Up and over. The set was too far for Sakura Patton to return. And it'll be a 10-9 game.
Haven't seen very many of those mistakes from Greenville. Let's see if Webster can take advantage of it right here. Down one.
Absolutely. Jordan Lempa, one of the best in the business just an overset there. Maybe it could have been miscommunication, but this one's not going to be returned. Tori Ciccolero with the ace. No, excuse me, Kylie Burke with the ace. Ten to 10. Gorlock's looking to take a lead here in set number 2. Sent over. Pass is up. Lempa. And a free ball here for Greenville. Up and over. Bonacorsi, nice shot from the back row. Ciccolero going to keep it alive, but it's going to be a free ball here for Greenville. Lempa sets up to Patton and blocked at the net by Julia Fry. Again, Greenville saved by Ciccolero. Spohr not able to hit it over. It's going to be 11 to 10.
Just when Webster seems to start climbing back, Greenville's there. They keep their heavy presence, and it's been really tough this set in the last part of last set.
It's going to be a double touch, and how many times have we said a double touch by a Webster setter? Those issues just have to be cleaned up. And you talk about, I mean, they lost 5 of their starters from last year, and that setting has got to clean up if they want to be competitors. But what they do still have from last year is Lauren Borick, who's going to hammer that thing into the Greenville block. It's funny, we're seeing Alexis Wolf and Julia Fry and Kylie Burke trying to tool it around those blockers. Borick's just trying to go straight through them. I mean, she's got a cannon, and she's trying to hit it straight through those blockers.
If you got it, you might as well lose it.
Oh,
Webster's
absolutely.
still down 1. Let's see if they can come back here.
Patton, not a great pass, and they're not going to be able to return it. Patton eaten up on the serve by Emma Larson. The serving has been very good for Webster, both in their first match against Fontbonne and in this one. Larson, back to serve. Patton going to pass this one up to Lempa, and now Patton going to hit it herself over Gensel with the dig. Now going to be up in for Borick. Didn't quite get all of it. The hit is blocked at the net. Julia Fry once again. Gorlocks have the lead. We'll see if they can continue this momentum, but, I mean, how do you take Julia Fry off the court right now? She has been unreal since coming in. Patton going to pass this one up to Lempa. It's set up for Smith. Knocked down. Jasmine Smith. all. Here's the serve. Fry. Not a great pass, and it's going to be a free ball here for Greenville. No, wait! Spohr able to get a hit off and eat up Gretchen Bond. An out-of-system play. I thought it was just going to be a free ball there for Greenville, but Spohr able to get a pretty nice hit off to the other side. Here's Lauren Borick. Only one service error today by the Gorlocks. It was from Borick. This one going to be set up at the net. Gensel able to save it. Larson going to set it up here for Fry. It's knocked back down. Here it comes. Here's a free ball here for Greenville. Lempa. Anna Finch with the... No, it's saved by Webster. How about that? Another chance here. Saved. Gensel to the other side. It's going to be another attack. Gorlocks going to have to save one more. And it is. Now Gorlocks with an attack of their own. Larson to Spohr. Tipped over. Patton not able to bring it back. And how about that save by Kira Gensel to keep that one alive? I thought it was over, Matt.
We're starting to see a real momentum change here, and Webster's only got a lead of 2. I wouldn't say this is extremely safe, but good to see Webster on the winning side.
Finch going to be saved by Larson. It's up in the air for Spohr. And it's going to be a net violation on the other side for Webster.
Greenville getting a lot of points off double touches and net violations. If that keeps happening, I think we might have a shorter afternoon than expected.
This one going to be set up to the side. Bonacorsi blocked at the net. Now trying to return it. Banks, an attempted block. It's going to be sent back. Patton able to pass it up to Finch, but saved by Gensel. Set up for Fry. And is that going to be another double touch? It is. Another double touch for Emma Larson and the Gorlocks.
I think Graf had a couple choice words for the ref on the other side of the court there, maybe not agreeing with the call.
And that'll be another double touch.
Wow.
And this is becoming a real problem here for the Gorlocks early on. It's going to be passed, set up. Eichel with a bullet to the other side, but saved by Patton. Bonacorsi is in. Eichel with not a good read on that hit. That ball was very clearly in. Eichel not wanting to return it. Thought it might go out. It didn't. 17-15. Patton with the serve. Not a good pass from Gensel, but a back row attack. And knocked down at the net. Anna Finch.
She makes it look so easy, Robbie.
And Finch absolutely devastating at that net. And once again, it was tight through the first 30 points or so. And Greenville starting to pull away. It's 18-15 now.
You got to be frustrated if you're on the Webster side right now with all these double touches and net violations. But even sometimes when you don't agree with the ref's calls, you have to adjust. You're mid-game. You're not going to, maybe that's something you can talk to the ref about after, but you just got to adjust.
Well, usually what the ref's going to look for is if that ball comes out of your hand on a set and it's spinning, they're probably going to call a double touch. Because if you get both hands at the same time, that ball's going to go up and like a knuckleball, just not spin, go straight up. So whether it's a double touch or not, we got to clean up those sets on the side of Webster. We've seen 3 different setters in for Webster. I wonder if we'll see potentially another one. Mary Graf going to use every second of this timeout. Here it comes. Webster trying to bring it back. A 3-point deficit. Definitely not overcomable. Sakura Patton on the serve. Here it comes. Gensel. Pass to Larson. It's up and Fry. Going to be saved by Greenville. Here it comes. Hit over and out. Haley Banks hit that one a little bit too far.
Good read there by Borick, knowing exactly where she's at on the court. And, yep, that one was at least a couple feet out.
Kaylin Murray, the setter for Greenville, when Lempa's on the court, has done a fantastic job tonight. This one going to be set up. Again, saved. Gensel going to pass this one up for Spoor. A good attack, but tipped at the net again. Here comes Banks. Saved by Borick. It's got to be kept alive by Eichel, but a free ball here for Greenville. Oh, not a good pass. It's going to be a tough back row hit. Gensel able to save it. Larson going to dump it over. Patton saves. Set up by Murray. Over the other side for Bonacorsi. Saved by Larson. It's up in the air. Eichel. Saved on the other side by Bond. Bonacorsi saved by Borick. We got a nice rally here. Borick from the back row. Bond with the dig. It's up. Here comes Banks. Saved again. Here we go. Larson to Spoor. Stopped at the net and out. And what a more fitting way to end that rally than Greenville with a block at the net. It seems like all day the Gorlocks have not been able to get a clean hit to the other side without it being touched by Anna Finch or another Greenville blocker. Eichel digging this one out. Now up from the back row is Borick. Saved by Patton. Now to the other side. Nobody home. And really good vision by Bonacorsi there. She's really exposed that back right zone for the most of the game, and Gensel tried to cheat over there that one, and then Bonacorsi moved her shot more to the middle. Really nicely done there by Greenville. 20-16. Graf taking another timeout. And Matt, what do they got to do to come back in this one?
Well, after the first time out, we didn't see any double touch or net violations. So that's good. That's a first step. Now we're only down 4, a little bit closer than last one. I'm feeling a little bit better about this set. It's just a matter of if Webster can, one, play the solid defense that they've been playing for most of the game and capitalize on Greenville's weaknesses with a little bit of finesse, a couple hits, tips over the net, because with the big kills we haven't seen that. But you know what I mean? That's okay. That's what you don't have to play with big hits.
Yeah, and Greenville's sending 2 blockers almost on every hit. So they only have 4 back there to receive if you do get it around the blockers. The problem is a lot of the Gorlock hitters just haven't been able to get it around those blockers. We have seen them with most success with those kind of touch hits over the top. It's Bond back to serve. She's had a great night. Her first start of the season as libero. Boric set up Larson. It's up for Ali Spoor, who's going to knock it down.
I think Bond expected a little bit more of a hit there on the Greenville side. She was leaning back, but it came right at her feet. Exactly what we needed to see right after the timeout.
Here comes Ali Spoor with the serve. Patton with the pass. Murray going to set it up. And it is in on the other side. Nice shot by Emily Stahl. Caitlin Murray exits the court, and man, you think with Jordan Lempa not out there, the Greenville would take a step back, but Murray's been just as good. This one going to be saved by Lempa. Set up on the other side. Here comes Smith. Saved by Boric. Set up for Eichel. Miss hit. And now Greenville with a chance to set up an attack. Lempa to the back row for Patton. And Spoor going to get eaten up by that one. 22-17. And Webster's going to be down by more than Greenville needs to win. Here comes the serve. Lempa. Eichel, not a great pass. And it's going to be Wolf. Saved by Patton. Up to the other side. Bonacorsi going to get it down.
Little hesitation to go after that one from Eichel. You'd like to see her just go for it.
And this goes without saying, but you do not want to be down 2-0 against a team like Greenville. Not impossible to come back, certainly, but difficult. Nice dump over by Ali Spoor. Good vision, good play. We did see last year when Webster went down to Greenville, they went down to the first 2 sets, able to win set 3 and 4, and then take set 5 deep in it. Greenville was able to win. But Webster's certainly not out of it if they lose this set, but you'd love to see him come back and make it interesting. Patton going to pass this one to Lempa. Hit over the other side, and Gensel keeps it alive. And it will be returned. Another attack here for Greenville. Saved. That one's not going to be returned. 24-18, Greenville.
Yeah, that play was all Greenville. 100%. Webster just trying to catch up on defense.
Chicalero trying to keep the team alive. Here comes Boric. Blocked at the net once again. Gensel to Boric again. To the back row, it's Bonacorsi. Now set up. Smith blocked at the net. Greenville trying to set it up here. It's going to be Patton. Saved. Spoor going to set it up to Alexis Wolf, who's going to get the kill. And the comeback has to start somewhere. A nice rally there for the Gorlocks. Alexis Wolf getting the kill. And I know Kira Gensel's been working really hard, but if I'm a Gorlock fan, I don't love seeing her come out at this point. Here comes Burke. Lempa going to set it up. Patton saved. Chicalero going to set it up here. Wolf. Nice touch over the middle. Alexis Wolf with back-to-back kills. You see Julia Fry, Alexis Wolf, and Lauren Boric in the front row right now. It's probably the best personnel with Kylie Burke for blocking. Patton sets it up here. Burke to Wolf again. Saved on the other side. Lempa dumping it over. And, hey, how about a double touch for Greenville? First one of the night, but we'll take it. A big spot.
You're right, Robbie. That's a huge spot to get an error like that. That's really the first time we've seen it on the other side.
You got to make Greenville pay for that. Jordan Lempa does not do that often. I mean, you got to make him pay. Here's Lempa setting it up. It's knocked down, but out of bounds, and that'll be set number 2. A good attempt for a block at the net, but just out of bounds for the side of Webster. So this one a little bit closer. Greenville wins it 25-21. And now I really want to see 5 sets.
I think overall that was a better set. Webster settling in a little more. But if you take a look at the score, 25-21, how many double touch violations and net violations did Webster have in the second set? 5, 6 at least?
Yeah.
So, you're talking about that easily could have been the difference in that set. And you take Greenville's 1 double touch and, it's just – you can't make those kind of errors against teams that are putting a lot of pressure on you and fast.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Greenville has such a high-powered offense that when you give them free points, I mean, it's just tough to bring it back at that point when you're giving a good offense free points. But like you said, I mean, after the second timeout, they did 100% clean it up. I don't think we saw a double touch or net violation after the second timeout. It was much cleaner for Webster after that. I still think they need to send more pressure to the net against those Greenville hitters. I mean, we've seen the girls in the back row are getting eaten up by some of the high-powered hitters for Greenville. They need some blocking help at the net to make those hitters do something different, because right now they're just going up there and smashing it. And really, that's tough to return if you're anybody. Through 2 sets, Ali Spoor leads the way with 7 kills for the Gorlocks. Mia Bonacorsi with 8 for Greenville. It's been tight, especially at the beginning of each of these sets. But Greenville just able to outlast Webster in both of the first 2. But like I said, last year we saw the same thing. When Webster went to Greenville, they lost the first 2 sets. They were able to win the third, win the fourth, and then they took the 5th set to overtime, but Greenville was able to end up winning it. We could still see it here. We have not seen Alexis Wolf or Lauren Borick do a lot of damage. If those 2 can come alive, it may make it interesting. I think what needs to happen is you got to make it less obvious who you're going to. Get Wolf and Borick on opposite pins, get a nice back set so that one of those 2 gets a one-on-one block. Because, I mean, Wolf and Borick, as good as they are, they're not going to hit through double blocks. Not often, at least. If you get Wolf or Borick in a one-on-one matchup, unless it's Anna Finch, I trust Borick and Wolf to win it. Anna Finch is a different beast, but...
Yeah, she comes in for one reason only, to block the heck out of the ball. We've seen her come in for just, 1 serve, 2 serves, but she's getting the job done. One thing I say, if Webster's going to really make a push this game, no more errors, not a single net violation or double touch, and I think we see Webster really making a push in this game.
We'll see who Gensel. So Gensel's going to come in for Fry. So it's going to be Burke, Wolf, and Borick in the front row. Spoor, the setter. Gensel, the libero, and Chicalero also in the back row. I mean, we talked before the season when we were looking for who's going to replace Kristen Farah. It could be either Kira Gensel or Tori Chicalero, both very capable liberos. It's good to see them both in the back row. It's a very strong back row. Chicalero going to pass this one up to Spoor. A tough serve. Some touch on the ball for Alexis Wolf. Wolf has done a good job seeing what the other team is doing and adjusting accordingly. Gensel comes out. Kylie Burke on the serve. Julia Fry in the front row. And it's going to be the second service error of the night for the Gorlocks. Serving's been, for the most part, pretty good. We haven't seen the aces that we saw against Fontbonne, but obviously a much better serve receive from Greenville. Spohr going to set this one up. Borick, nice touch on the other side. It's going to be set up on the other side for Patton. Gensel with a nice dig. And now up again for Borick. Slammed down. And Alexis Wolf gets it on the return. Man, Gretchen Bond did a great job just getting in front of that Borick hit. And then just a little bit too far of a pass. But what are you going to do when the ball's hit so hard? And Alexis Wolf just able to send it back over.
Wolf, just a freshman. You know, one thing we haven't talked about today, this is a pretty young team here, Robbie.
Yeah, and you look at, their best two hitters, Borick and Wolf. Borick a sophomore, Wolf a freshman. It's a very young team. I'm not sure how many seniors they even have.
Haley Taylor and Emma Larson, only two seniors for Webster. Big hit there from Greenville. And yeah, Greenville, I think, definitely has them on depth. A lot more seniors, people who have just played a lot more collegiate volleyball. But, for a young team, see a lot of promise here today playing a really good Greenville team.
On the other side, Anna Finch gonna eat up Mary Nelson on the hit. Three to two. Greenville with a 1-point lead. This one's going to be sent over. Gensel with the pass to Nelson. It's up and Borick. It's alive. Not going to be returned.
Not sure if that would have been a legal hit anyway off the roof there.
I believe that they play it off the roof. I could be wrong, but I believe off the roof is in play. It's hard to blame these Greenville receivers when Borick's hitting, man. It's tough to keep that ball in play. She just hits it so hard. Here's Nelson with the set. Is that a double touch? Yes, it is. Double touch, Mary Nelson. And Matt, like you said, that ball was going out anyway, so it didn't really matter. But you'd love to clean that up if you're Webster. And it will be returned. Patton going to hit it over, and it's going to turn into a Gorlock point. I'll tell you what, great job. I don't know who it was. Gensel got the initial receive of the serve. I don't know who kept that thing alive. I thought it was an ace. And we see Marissa Lanzari check into the game, freshman. Nelson not able to keep it alive. I'm a big fan of Marissa Lanzari. She can do a lot on the court. I think that she will find herself a lot of playing time as the season goes on. And you get a nice little roll over the tape for Sakura Patton.
That seems like the last thing you'd want to see when you're down 2 sets to Greenville.
Here's Spohr. Saved by Patton. Borick with a nice save on the other side. Here comes Lanzari, who's going to miss it.
Lanzari just a freshman as well.
Here, this one's going to be up. Lanzari again to the back row. Patton going to pass it up to Murray. And it's blocked at the net. Lanzari and Burke with the block. This one going to be dumped over. Lanzari keeps it alive. Third hit is saved by Bond. Here it comes. Blocked at the net. Kylie Burke with the block on Anna Finch. And Finch has the height advantage over Burke, but the set was just a little bit too low. Burke able to get up and knock that thing straight down. Kylie Burke, probably the best blocker on the Gorlocks. One-on-one with Anna Finch, they're able to win it. This one set up by Murray over to Bonacorsi. Straight through the block that time. (8-5). Lanzotti with the pass to Spoor. Here comes Alexis Wolf to the back row, and that's not going to be returned. Alexis Wolf, the freshman, with the kill. Again, Offensive Player of the Week in her first week as a college volleyball player. Led the Gorloks in kills against Fontbonne. And Alexis Wolf and Lauren Bork, I mean, they have the opportunity to be the best pin hitters in the SLIAC. This one set up by Murray. Now it's going to be past Alexis Wolf again with the touch over the top. Good save on the other side. Here comes Bonacorsi right over the tape. And a tough roll there for the Gorloks.
That one didn't even look like it got a piece of Burke's hand there, just right off the net. Nothing you can do about that one.
There's nothing you can do about that, absolutely. Same thing with that serve a couple points ago. Gorloks only down 3, but can't let this game get away from you. And they're going to keep it alive. Here comes Bonacorsi, who's just going to tool the block. That's actually... No, that is Emily Stahl. Excuse me. It's going to be a timeout for Webster in a 10-6 game. And I actually like this timeout call. You know, it's only a 4-point game right now, and you have plenty of time, right? We saw them calling timeouts late in sets, you know, in sets 2 and 1, where there just wasn't enough time to come back. I think if you clean it up right now, I mean, this is a very winnable game.
Yeah, it seems like just with every point, it's like a brick stacking on the wall at this point with Webster down 2 sets, 4 points. We're still there. They're right there, but it seems like a crawl at this point.
Greenville has just played a much cleaner game. Than Webster. Well, we have 30 seconds. I'd like to thank you all for joining us for this Webster-Greenville volleyball SLIAC match. We'd love to have tons of fans in the seats, but hey, Matt, it's not bad for us that we have more people watching at home.
Yeah, you're right. It's a double-edged sword, I guess. Almost nobody here, but it's actually still kind of loud in this gym. Volleyball players get really loud compared to some other sports, but, you know, they keep it exciting, so.
Here it comes, 10-6, Webster down. Ooh, that's going to be saved, but it's going to be a free ball for Greenville. Set up Lempa over to the other side. Bonacorsi at the net. Spoor going to set it up. Here comes Alexis Wolf with the touch over the other side. Alexis Wolf knocks it down.
Wolf really having herself a game on offense today, finding a lot of gaps.
And I think early in the season, other teams see Lauren Bork and her 300 kills last year and want to send 2 blockers to her every time. Wolf wants to take advantage of that. And how about Julia Fry and Lauren Bork on the block?
Great offensive play and then followed by a great defensive play.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I think Bork is the #1 scoring option in other teams' minds. So I think Wolf is left with a lot of opportunities for one-on-one. We'll see if that changes at all this season. Kept alive, Bork, a free ball. It's going to be Lempa setting up to the other side. Bonacorsi, Justin. I think that was tipped at the net anyway. You can definitely tell a difference, though, when Julia Fry is in the game than when she isn't. A lot more pressure at the net. Ciccolero saving this one. Up to top. Nice touch from Julia Fry. Set up from the back row. Bonacorsi saved. Gensel passing up to Alexis Wolf. Here it comes. Saved on the other side by Lempa. Out of system play. Dumped over. Free ball. Gensel with a fantastic save. And it's going to be a kill.
I tell you what, she just comes out of nowhere. You're looking at the ball, at the action, and then she just comes all the way across the court to make some great plays.
And when you talk about trying to replace Kristen Fair, I mean, one of the best, if not the best all time to do it at Webster. Gensel probably doesn't read the court like Fair did, but nobody really does. But Gensel does have that big playability. I mean, she gets around the court very quickly. That'll be, I think, a net violation. I'm not sure.
I think I did see a hand hit the net there.
Yeah, it'll be Mary Nelson called with the net violation. 12-9. Gensel might be faster than Farrah was. And just the diving ability that Gensel has. Here comes Boric. And it's out. I don't think you can expect Gensel to put up the numbers that Farrah did, but I think she can if she plays to her absolute best. I mean, she's got very high upside. And you get a serving error from Greenville, and that could be something that can turn the tide. Just a 3-point game. Marissa Lanzati back in it. Lauren Boric with the serve. Here it comes. Set up, Lempa to the other side for Smith. Saved by Gensel on a rocket. Set up, tipped over, and good touch by Anna Finch. That's why she's the best in the game. I think when you see Anna Finch going up there, you just think she's going to smash it. And then she hits you with that touch. It's tough to defend. There's a reason she was the SLAC Player of the Year last year. Sent over, not able to be saved. Caitlin Murray with the kill. Caitlin Murray has had a very nice game. This one set up Nelson to Spore. Is going to get the kill. And Matt, you talked earlier about the depth that this team has. I think Caitlin Murray is a great example of that. Jordan Lempa, one of the best setters in the SLIAC. You'd think when she comes off the court, they'd be hurt by it, but Caitlin Murray has just played fantastic. Here's Murray again, blocked at the net by Burke. Saved by Gensel. It's going to be up for Lanzati. Saved on the other side. Here comes the setup for Bonacorsi from the back row. And it's in. Just barely on the line on the right side. It's a 5-point game. Certainly not out of reach yet, but the Gorlocks need to start stringing something together. Lanzati the pass. Gensel going to set it up for Lanzati to the back row. It's going to be hit over. A free ball here for the Gorlocks. Nelson going to dump it. Patton there. Set up. Over the top. Gensel able to get between it, but not able to get it up high enough for a Gorlock return, and it's going to be another Mary Graff timeout. And Greenville has yet to take a timeout, and they really haven't had to.
Yeah, we've seen this recurring pattern here today where Webster will get down 5 or 6, call a timeout, go back out there, carry some momentum, and then the same thing happens again. And we're seeing that here. Down 6. Not the worst outlook, but there's little time.
It's do or die here for Webster. Down 6 in set number 3. They're down 2 sets to none. And you saw some of these issues took light in that Fontbonne game, but Webster, just the more talented team, able to overcome those mistakes in the Fontbonne game. And those mistakes just haven't been cleaned up enough here in this one. But like you said earlier, Matt, a very young team. I think they're going to get better as the season goes on, as Alexis Wolf, learns how to play the college game, although she's doing a pretty darn good job right now. Tori Ciccolero, just a sophomore. Kira Gensel in her first season as a libero. So I think they just need to get time to play, and I'll be interested to see this second matchup between these two teams as Lanzati's going to hit it out. 18-11. Set up and a service ace for Sakura Patton. Things starting to look grim here. It'll be Jordan Mueller in the game. Mueller had some issue with serve receive in the Fontbonne game, and I'll think that's who Greenville's going to here. They are, but Bork's going to take it. Spore keeps it alive. It's going to be dumped over. A free ball here for Greenville. Set up, hit, and that's not coming back.
How much of that have we seen today? Just, wow. Greenville, you got to give it to them today. They've played a great game.
Not over yet. Nelson going to set this one up, and nice touch on the ball for Ali Spoor. And I'll tell you what, there may not be a player who worked harder in the extended offseason than Ali Spoor did. I mean, she saw very little varsity playing time last year. Now she's a starter, plays, as much as she wants to, basically, all around the court. She's done a fantastic job here today as well. Saved. Gensel setting it up here for Wolf, but it blocked at the net. Still alive. Spoor going to set it up for Kylie Burt for the kill.
And I'll tell you what, this team, they got some fight in them. Finch with 3 hits in a row there, but Webster not giving up. 20-13. Wouldn't you love to see a comeback here?
Oh, and absolutely. This one far from over. This is going to be a tough ball. Probably a free ball here for Webster. They got to get a kill on this one. Spoor sets it up here for Wolf, and it's out. And that's a big play.
She hasn't missed her spot often tonight.
No, she hasn't. She's done a fantastic job, but there's been so few attacking attempts that easy for Webster. You'd love to come away with a kill there. Now it's an 8-point deficit. Greenville just 4 to come back. A nice save by Borick. Burt able to tool the block for the kill. Certainly not over. But Webster cannot afford very many mistakes. Probably can't afford any mistakes from this point on. Here's Tori Ciccolero. Very good server. Here comes the attack. Gotta save this one, and a good effort, but not able to pull back. And Haley Banks with another kill. She's had a great game. I mean, this Greenville hitting attack, man, is just 6-7 deep. Service error. The leash is just running low. Kylie Burke, though, one of the best at serving for the Gorlocks. If she can get an ace or two, they'd be primed for a comeback here. Burke on the serve. Here it comes. It is going to be returned over the other side. Blocked at the net, but still alive. Smith, saved by Spoor. Got to get a kill here. Borick with a bad set.
No chance for Borick there.
No chance.
Set.
Not a good set there. And it's going to take something miraculous if the Gorlocks want to play a 4th set. Bonacorsi with the serve. Ciccolero with a nice save, but it's just going to be sent back over. And it'll be match point here for Greenville. Here it comes. Ciccolero. It's going to be sent over, and that'll be it. Greenville's going to take the 3rd set, 25-15. They'll take the match 3-0. And Matt, it just seemed like Greenville was just overpowering Webster most of the time, and then Webster was making their own mistakes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that 3rd set was the biggest point difference all night, and the scoreboard will say 3-0 Greenville, but we both know after watching that was a really highly contested match, and I guess you look at this way, you got another chance at him, and there's a good likelihood that they'll see him in the conference tournament. So it's a loss, but you go forward. It's only your 2nd game of the season, and next time you play Greenville, you come back a lot stronger.
Yeah, and, like I mentioned, I think this Gorlock team is going to get better as the season goes on. Just, their young players getting more accustomed to playing at this level. And I think Greenville, if they go into the next matchup against Webster, sleeping on them, they may come out and get hurt. I think this Webster team has a lot of potential. Alexis Wolf led the way for Webster with 10 kills. Ali Spoor had 9. And then on Greenville's side, Bonacorsi with 14, Emily Stahl with 8, and Sakura Patton with 7. I mean, it was just an overwhelming attack for Greenville. So a 3-0 victory, and that's going to do it here from Robbie Floyd and Matt Woods at Grant Gymnasium. Matt, any last thoughts?
I hope this is one of many, Robbie. I really love being behind the mic, and I'm looking forward to see how this team develops throughout the season. Absolutely.
A lot of Gorlock sports to be played for the rest of the year, but that's going to do it for this one. Greenville with the 3-0 victory. I'm Robbie Floyd. This is Matt Woods. Thank you all for watching.